At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, woo! With low prices on home, woo! Beauty, woo! And fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. Woo! So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
Places, please. The Daly Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens.
They're clucking.
Other animals. And action. This is the Daly Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daly Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Good morning, Rockaholics. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a stellar weekend. Steve Migs, I've already had one animal encounter this morning so far.
Okay, with what?
It was a deer. And it didn't just jump in front of my car. It was basically providing me a deer escort down the road.
Well, that's what they do in Stanwood, I hear.
It was the craziest thing. I'm like, are you going to move, buddy? It was like he was also going to work today.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's not often I see, every once in a while I see like a deer run around and like people up at night. And it's always like, oh man, it's going to be that time that I hit one. And thankfully I've never had that happen. I hope I never do.
Absolutely.
Have you ever hit a deer?
No.
Danny?
No, of course not.
I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of deer in West Seattle.
There's a lot of deer in New Mexico. So that's a fair question.
Is there?
Yeah, you learn, like, as you're driving, you learn to look for the little beady eyes.
Ooh.
Are they on blue meth over there?
They are, yeah, of course.
Let's inform our fine Rockaholics.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMD is brought to you by Palace Lawn. Today, enjoy yourself some chocolate. Of course, it's the week leading up to Halloween. Here we are. There's going to be a lot of chocolate eaten, and it's National Chocolate Day.
All right. So I'll celebrate.
What are you going to go with?
You know, my kid got a whole bunch of candy over the weekend. I'm like a Twix and Kit Kat person. If it's going to be involving chocolate, I'd go with one of those.
Oh, you got to slap some peanut butter on and go with the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. To me, that's the goat of all chocolate candies. Really?
Like, it's fine, but...
Oh, man, I wish that deer would have made you go even slower today. I can't even have that conversation. You would... Never mind. Just trying to avoid the inevitable, and that's to talk about this Seahawks game that happened yesterday. Oh, my goodness. The Buffalo Bills just dominated the Hawks 31-10, and the sad thing is, 31-10, that makes the score seem like it was even closer than it was. It just was not a very good game. And once again, it seems like the Seahawks continue to shoot themselves in the foot. In fact, here's Coach Mike McDonald talking about how bad of a performance it was.
The long and short of it is we got outplayed, we got outcoached, and we got to go make it right. So, I mean, I feel like it's too often that we've had this conversation with you guys of going back to work on Tuesday and hitting this thing head on and seeing if we can get this thing turned around and against a good Rams team coming in here.
Yeah, they got the Rams coming up. And, I mean, right now the NFC West is just up for the taking. It just seems like everybody's just right there, right in the middle. So, I mean, there's still hope. I just don't know how much hope. And yesterday was not a good performance, especially for, Senator Connor Williams?
Yes.
Is that his name? Yeah, man, he had a rough day. He snapped that ball. I think it actually left Lumen Field how high he threw that ball. That was rough when we were just about to score. And then yet again, we had another opportunity after a great interception on Josh Allen. And it looked like the Seahawks were going to score again. And somehow he tripped Geno Smith during the play. And afterwards, during the press conference, things got a little awkward when a reporter asked Geno about this, where you could just see Gino was just staring daggers into this reporter's face.
What did happen, I guess, on the one where you fell down on the fourth down? What happened on that play?
I thought that was pretty obvious. You could pretty much see it. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
And then it just kind of got awkward for a second. Gino's just staring at the guy. And like Coach McDonald mentioned, they're up next at home, taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And we'll see how they bounce back from such a really red, rotten performance.
Yeah. All southbound lanes of I-5 near SR 516 were shut down for a while yesterday because there was a 45-car crash that caused major traffic. The backup was over 5 miles. At first, when I read about it, it said 30 cars, and then they upped it to 45 cars. There were 18 tow trucks.
I'll be honest, when my brain said 45-minute long, like the wait was 45 minutes. 45 cars?
45 cars. It was bananas.
Was everybody wearing a blindfold on the freeway?
Well, apparently they said it was started by somebody that was doing excessive speeding, and then it was just a chain reaction. Boom, 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 literally.
And that's not the only issue that happened yesterday. There was a big mudslide that happened on I-5 in Bellingham, where I guess rainfall was just nasty over there. Over 2 inches in 6 hours, and the landslide covered the highway with mud, also vegetation as well. 3-mile backup. So it was just sucked yesterday to be on the road or to be at home watching a Seahawks game.
Just couldn't escape the chaos.
No, it was the worst.
The Bureau of Land Management has an annual bat beauty contest, and this is to promote bat conservation and public awareness about these creatures. Emma Busk is with the Bureau of Land Management, and this is her discussing this bat beauty contest.
Each year, the National BLM office holds this contest, the Bat Beauty Contest, where they basically set out to find the most beautiful bat photographed by a government agency on public land. This also coincides with International Bat Week, so it's just a time to basically raise awareness and appreciation for bats and their vital role that they play in the ecosystem.
I can't do this anymore.
You know I have a bat house at my house. I love the bats.
I'm just picturing like a bat doing like a boudoir photo shoot. It's like kind of in like some sexy outfit, like vote for me.
Well, there's one, the Townsend's big-eared bat is from Utah, and then there's a hoary bat from Oregon.
I follow that one on OnlyFans. Yeah. Take some really spicy pictures from that bat. Sure. The hoary bat?
The hoary bat.
Like W-H-O-R-E-Y?
H-O-A-R-Y.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Totally different kind.
Silly me.
Honestly, I heard her say the horny bat. And I was like, wow, we're just going all in, aren't we?
This bat just gets crazy. Hey, if you want to watch some football, if yesterday was not enough for you, Monday Night Football, we had that happening at 5 o'clock on ABC and ESPN as the Pittsburgh Steelers with Russell Wilson take on the New York Giants. As far as weather, it's going to be 54 degrees, cloudy today. That is the DMD, and that's what's up.
How well do you guys know your horror films?
I mean, I don't know like the out there ones, but when it comes to like the iconic ones, I feel like I know like the Friday the 13th and the Halloweens and things like that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, for our Rockaholics, if you feel like you know iconic horror films, give us a call now, 206-803-ROCK. If you do know your horror films, you could win a gift card to Carl's Jr. or Jersey Mike's. 206-803-ROCK. We will test your horror movie knowledge at 6:20.
The Daly Migs Show. The Daly Migs Show.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, woo! With low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
Being that this is Halloween week and all, All week long, we're going to test the Rockaholics on how well they know iconic horror movies. But there is a twist, Steve Migs.
Yes, there is.
What if your favorite horror movie became your favorite children's story? It's the Daily Migs Happy Horror Story.
Big thanks to Jigsaw for providing the voice to that one.
So, Migs, you and I turned some horror movies into children's stories. And then we went home over the weekend and read them to our kids.
We had to rewrite them, of course. We didn't want to make it disturbing. And we sure as hell didn't want to get in trouble with our significant others.
No.
And my wife would kill me if I decided to read. It would become a horror film if I read a horror film synopsis to our child.
So we wanted to get some Rockaholics involved with this week. And if you guess the stories right, you could win a gift card to Carl's Jr. or Jersey Mike's. And if you can't get it right, you will lose, and caller 13 will get it instead. So let's meet our contestant this morning, who is Darren in Tacoma. Good morning, Darren.
Hey, good morning.
Darren, what's your all-time favorite horror film?
Oh, gosh, that'd probably have to be A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street, great pick. Yes,
Classic.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to go ahead and play you a children's story, reimagined a horror movie for our kids, and you have to guess what it is. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so sit back and enjoy me trying to tell my child Tatum a children's story that's actually a horror film.
All right.
This one's called Timmy and the Magic Doll.
Oh.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Once upon a time, Timmy got a special birthday gift from his mom, a good guy named Charlie. But Charlie wasn't just any doll. He could talk and play. What do you think Charlie would say?
What do you think?
Well, he would say, "Hi, I'm Charlie, your best friend." Soon, Timmy noticed something wacky about Charlie. Charlie can move all on his own. So one day he found Charlie in the kitchen, even though he left him in his room. How did that happen?
I don't know.
He said, "I'm magic." Charlie giggled. His magic was more silly than helpful, though, especially when they try to bake cookies and make a big flour mess. What's your favorite cookie?
Sprinkles.
Well, Timmy couldn't stop laughing as flour flew everywhere. One stormy night when Timmy felt scared, Charlie stood tall and said, "Don't worry, I'll keep you safe." With a sprinkle of magic, he made Timmy feel brave. From then on, Timmy and Charlie had wild adventures, splashing in puddles and making messy art. They knew that they could face anything together through storms, silly messes, and lots of laughter.
Dad.
You like that one?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of it?
I don't know.
Thanks, Tatum.
So, Darren, what classic horror movie did we just reimagine as a children's story?
Well, it sounded a little bit like Ted, but I think that was Chucky.
Chucky, that's right. Child's Play, baby.
Nice work, Darren.
It did have a Ted vibe to it, though. You're absolutely right. All right.
Right on.
So if you get this one right, then you win the prize. Otherwise, we're giving it to caller 13. Are you ready for your next children's story that's actually a horror film as read to Barrett?
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, this one is called Nancy's Dream Adventure. Nancy and her friends kept having silly dreams about a silly guy with sharp fingernails. He chased them around like a clumsy chicken. One night, their friend Tina woke up laughing because she got a little scratch in her sleep. Nancy discovered the silly man was named Freddie. Instead of playing hide and go seek, she came up with a funny plan to set traps in her dreams. The traps worked, but Freddie just kept popping back up like a pesky balloon. Then Nancy had a light bulb moment. Freddie got stronger when they were scared, so she filled her heart with giggles instead. When she started giggling, Freddie poofed away. The end. Did you like that one?
That wasn't silly.
That wasn't silly. What was your favorite part?
Should we have bleeped that?
Probably. And Darren, which classic horror movie do you believe that was?
I think that's my all-time favorite, Nightmare on Elm Street.
I was going to say.
Boom!
Better get that one right. Congratulations. You won the prize, my man.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Happy Halloween.
Halloween.
Thanks, you too. Appreciate you.
Now, Steve Migs, what would you say is an album that forever changed the trajectory of music?
Well, any Weird Al movie or music. I don't know. That's a very good question. Whew. You know, I don't know. What would you say?
I was thinking, Are You Experienced from the Jimi Hendrix Experience?
Yeah.
I would say that was one for me.
I might even put like Alice in Chains on there just because I think that was the first of all the quote unquote grunge bands.
Oh, yeah.
That got mainstream exposure and definitely changed the way music was in the 90s.
Well, we did find a list of albums that changed the trajectory of music forever. So what made that list? We will tell you after Stone Temple Pilots.
The Daily Migs Show.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
Life can be hectic, and managing your mental health is more important today than ever before. That's why Mindful Therapy Group's mission is to take the difficulty out of finding a therapist. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Our compassionate therapists specialize in helping you navigate stress, anxiety, ADHD, OCD, and so much more. With both in-person and telehealth appointments available, you can get the support you need in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group also accepts most insurance plans, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Mindful mental health providers offer services for children, teens, adults, and seniors seeking individual, family, or couples therapy. Whatever you need, we're here for you. Join us to start your journey to a healthier and happier you. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com or call 562-MINDFUL to get started today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Jacob from Renton is. Jacob, are you there?
Oh, yeah, let's do this.
Jacob, in honor of Halloween week, if you beat Migs, I'm going to send you some super tasty candy as part of the treat. And the trick, I'm going to send you an even tastier picture of all of us in our Hooters outfits. How does that sound?
Oh, very nice.
Which part, the chocolate or the Hooters picture?
I think the Hooters.
Candy's expensive these days. This is actually a pretty sweet deal.
Dude, it is. It really is. All right, Steve, it's time for you to get out of here.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Jacob has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Finish this famous slogan. The best part of waking up is what in your cup?
Folgers in your cup.
Correct. Oktoberfest originated in what country?
Germany?
Yes. What was Frasier a spinoff from?
Seinfeld?
No.
Pass.
Roger Taylor is the drummer in what fat-bottomed girls band?
Queen.
Yes. Who is the starting quarterback for the Buffalo Bills?
Josh Allen.
Yes. Sully and Boo are characters from what animated movie?
Monsters, Inc.
Yes. What candy was originally called chicken feed?
Candy corn?
Correct. What was Sheldon Cooper's one-word catchphrase in The Big Bang Theory?
Bazinga.
Yes. Beginning with C, what is the real first name of Snoop Dogg?
Curtis?
No.
Charles?
No.
Chuck?
No. How many seasons did Friends have?
6, 9?
No. Nice, but no.
12.
No. Jacob, you got 7 correct.
I thought that was a very lovely performance.
Yes, you were on a roll there for a little bit. I think it's going to be close. But I want to give away some candy and a really sexy Hooters pick.
And Jacob, out of curiosity, what is your favorite candy?
Oh, you know what? I'm not really a candy fan. Let's just go with plain Kit Kat.
All right.
There are some in the bowl.
Wow. Kit Kats are always good. Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Finish this famous slogan. The best part of waking up is what in your cup?
Folgers.
Correct. Oktoberfest originated in what country?
I'm going to go with Germany.
You would be correct. What was Frasier a spinoff from?
Cheers.
Yes. Roger Taylor is the drummer in what Fat Bottom Girls band?
Oh, okay. For a second, I was going to say Duran Duran, but no, it's Queen.
Yes. Who is the starting quarterback for the Buffalo Bills?
I don't talk about the Buffalo Bills on this show, but it's Josh Allen.
It is.
I wish he didn't show up on Sunday.
Oh, Sully and Boo are characters from what animated movie?
Sully and Boo?
Yes.
Animated. Is it Nightmare Before Christmas?
No.
Rugrats?
No.
X-Files?
No. Which candy was originally called chicken feed?
Excuse me? Chicken feed?
Chicken feed.
The candy corns.
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. What was Sheldon Cooper's one-word catchphrase in The Big Bang Theory?
Bazinga.
Yes. Beginning with C, what is the real first name of Snoop Dogg?
Calvin.
Correct. How many seasons did Friends have?
11.
No.
12?
No.
13?
No.
A lot more?
Only 10, actually.
Oh, crap. Wrong direction.
Steve, you got 8 correct, which is a win, 8-7. Sorry, Jacob.
Oh, man. Almost.
No sexy pick for you.
And no chocolate.
Yeah, candy corn was called chicken feed.
Yeah.
Isn't that not a cute name for candy?
Not at all.
It makes sense, though, because don't chickens eat corn?
They love corn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're
They
welcome,
should have
Sarah.
just kept that name. It sounds like a nasty thing, and it is nasty.
You don't like it at all, even just like a little bit?
Yesterday we went to it was called the Harvest Festival at the church right by our house, and Tatum got dressed up and went around and won little prizes, and most of the prizes were little mini bags of candy or silly little toys. And one of them, she comes running over to me, she won this little claw machine thing. She's like, "Look what I got, Daddy." I'm like, "That, you go back over there and tell them you want something that's good." And it was the candy corn.
Oh, well, did she try it?
No, she didn't try any of the candy. She was just collecting it. She didn't want to eat it when we got home. So we just now have a bunch of a ring pop, some Smarties, the candy corn. But I'll make sure she tries. I'll get an honest review from her.
Yes, please do. Well, congrats on beating Jacob.
Live Night is coming back on December 13th, and we're going to be at Showbox Soto this year with everything performed live from the stage. Even Beat Migs will be played live.
Absolutely.
We're going to be there. The men's room is going to be there. Lots of special guests. And, of course, the KISW New Originals will be throwing down the music. You can get your tickets now by heading over to KISW.com. Over the weekend, my son Barrett broke something, but it was not something bad. In fact, we're all very proud and very fired up about what he broke.
Well, based on your story, it's probably ladies' hearts.
I'll tell you what he broke after Green Day.
The Daily Migs Show.
Migs, over the weekend, Barrett had a Halloween party at his martial arts studio.
Okay.
And all these kids came dressed up in costumes. It was complete chaos.
I'm very sad that they didn't dress up as Cobra Kai.
Yeah, there was no Cobra Kai to be found, but there were a lot of other really fun, cool costumes. And Barrett went as Batman, of course. And
Of course.
And then a lot of the adults were dressed up. I was in a skeleton onesie. I was very festive.
Awesome.
And then at one point, the instructor, the main teacher, asked all the kids to find, either a parent or one of the adults that brought them to come out onto the floor and do board breaking.
Now, as Barrett, because I remember when I did Taekwondo as a kid, I can't remember if it was, I think it was in order to become a green belt, you had to be able to break a board. I can't remember if it was with the fist or the foot. I believe it was with the foot. And if you could break, that was part of the test.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember being so fired up when I did it and I got my green belt. I was I thought I could just take on the whole world.
It was so cool. So everybody gets their boards and they show the parents how to hold them. And Barrett did a 3 count. 1, 2, 3, and slammed down with a hi-ya and busted the thing in half. I was so proud.
Did he do it with his foot?
He did it with his hand, kind of the pinky side of your hand.
Okay.
Like in a fist.
Oh, he clobbered it.
Like a hammer down.
Like you smash it down?
Yes.
That seems dangerous.
It was very cool. And then
I feel if you just do it, I guess that's just the whole point. There's danger in anything you do.
Of course.
But I just worry that if he hit his wrist, he could have broke that bone right there.
Well, I will say it did take 2 tries. The first try, he didn't get it. Then we tried the second time and he got it.
Now, did every kid break the board?
Every kid was able to try and break a board, and I didn't see any failures. I think everybody got it.
Now, Barrett's not listening right now, right?
No.
Do they cheat a little and kind of make sure that the board is easy to break? I've heard of stories where you can warm the board up in the oven, or you can make sure it has a hairline, little bit of a crack in there that you can't see, just to kind of boost the confidence, because he's only 5.
You could tell this is not the hardest wood that's ever been utilized before. There's some give to it.
Oh, okay.
But he did it, and it was super impressive, and he was so proud of himself. And then he wanted to pose for 13 million pictures. Mom, take a picture of me with my board. It was pretty darn cute.
Someone said that is badass of him. At 5 years old.
I'm excited, and he just got his yellow belt recently, so I think we finally found something that he really likes.
He looks forward to it.
Oh, every single week.
I remember it's crazy to think less than a year ago talking to you about his Taekwondo karate adventures, and it just sounded like he wanted to do anything but that.
The first 2 months were absolutely miserable, but now he's in it.
Nice.
We got a little Cobra Kai.
No, more of a Miyagi dojo.
Yes, there you go.
Right.
The Seahawks were embarrassing yesterday. Do you think we should give up hope on this team?
It seems like every weekend I end the weekend with, they're not as bad as I thought, or maybe this team just sucks.
Well, we're going to chat with the host of Mitch Unfiltered. Mitch Levy will join us to chat about the Hawks at 7:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
I feel like as Seahawks fans, we've been on a bit of an emotional roller coaster these past couple of weeks. And who better to break all of this down for us this morning than our friend, the host of Mitch Unfiltered, which you can listen to wherever you get your podcasts or at MitchUnfiltered.com. And that is Mitch Levy. Good morning, Mitch.
What's the song is my question.
What's the song?
Yeah, what's the song? I mean, can we go to the song?
Oh.
How much longer till we can go to the song? What's the song, Danny?
Mitch, I was going to say...
After what I saw last night, what's the song, Danny? That's what I want to know.
I was hoping we could talk more about Chicken McNuggets because I was like, I'd rather talk about that.
Oh, my God. Anything but 31-10 to the Buffalo Bills, Migsy. What happened, Migsy?
I mean, I feel like everything that could go wrong went wrong, man. The defense was falling apart. The offense, I mean, just when you think that they're going to be able to punch it through and make a game out of this, they found creative and new ways to just kind of F it up. And then the team's fighting on the sideline. Everything was falling apart, Mitch.
It was not a very good day. It was not a very good day yesterday. That's for sure. I hope it gets better, but I don't know. 31-10. The disheartening thing is that they weren't able to be competitive.
Yeah.
You'd like them to be competitive. And now they sit 4-4. Tough stretch. Rams coming in this week. Rams getting healthier. All their receivers are back. They won a big game against the Vikings the other day. And so, yeah, it's not good.
But then there's that optimist side. I mean, it's like, well, they're still right in it for the NFC West. And I know that they didn't do well yesterday, but it's not like as if they're like in last place and every other team is having a great season. Everybody's just kind of middle of the road this year.
Very mediocre.
Well, speak to me in a couple of weeks about that.
Fair. Yeah.
I mean, they play the Rams and then they play the 49ers. So we'll know. If they lose the next two and they're 4-6, you're not going to be able to say the same thing in about 3 weeks.
How much do you think of an impact was it that DK Metcalf wasn't playing yesterday?
Well, it certainly impacted the offense, but I don't know how DK impacted a defense that really was not resistant, the Seahawks defense, that was really not resistant to the Buffalo Bills offense. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. And I contend that the Falcons game, they probably weren't as good defensively as it looked at the end. We talked about that last week. It's really upsetting. I mean, when you went out and got this guy, Mike McDonald, you expected him to come in and at least show you glimpses and flashes and excitement on defense. That's what his forte. And for the most part, since they started with that soft landing, they have not been good defensively, with the exception of maybe the Falcons game. But yesterday, the Bills just did whatever they want offensively, converting on third downs, and they just weren't good. They weren't competitive on defense. So DK had nothing to do with that. That's for sure. Where's the song, Taryn? Bring the song.
You can follow Mitch Levy on Twitter.
Where's the song?
His handle is Mitch_Seattle. And, of course, the host of Mitch Unfiltered, which you can listen to wherever you get your podcasts or at MitchUnfiltered.com. We're going to have more with Mitch after Scorpions.
The Daily Migs Show.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Rockaholics, he is the host of Mitch Unfiltered, which you can listen to anywhere you get your podcasts or at MitchUnfiltered.com. Mitch Levy, we are licking the wounds from yesterday's horrible loss. The Seahawks fell to the Bills 31-10.
Episode 309 is now available because I know you want to hear all about the Bills and the Seahawks. And if you don't want to hear all about the Bills and the Seahawks, then you want to hear all about Washington losing to Indiana. I know you just want to hear about Loserville, which is where we sit right now. But going back to yesterday's game, I would just say this. There are games you lose, and then there are games that you lose. And you lost to a good team yesterday, but you didn't feel like, at least I didn't, can only speak for one person. You didn't feel like that team came in and imposed their will on you. It was like all the mistakes that the Seahawks made to push themselves out of the game, they were all self-imposed. They were all we call them in tennis, unforced errors.
Yeah.
They were unforced errors. So it was 7-0. It was 7-0, and you have the ball, you take the ball down 92 yards, and you're inside the 5-yard line, and the snapper snaps the ball over the quarterback's head. Right, Migsy? Snaps it right over the quarterback's head. Now, what was the Bills' role in that?
Right. No, it was all on them.
It was all on. They just snapped the ball over the guy's head. Kenneth Walker goes back like 20, 25 yards, picks it up, and now you settle for 3. Okay, it's 7-3. Now you kick off to the Bills, and you come up with a great interception. You're in position to get inside the 5-yard line. It's 4th and goal from, I think, the 1 or 2. You're in a position to take the lead, and what happens? They step on Geno's foot. What was the Bills' role in the Seahawks stepping on their own feet and falling down on 4th down? Nothing. You didn't make a good Bills team even play. I made the comment on our show that we released this morning. I made the comment that this was the easiest business trip that an NFL team ever had to take going 3,000 miles. I mean, they literally got on the plane, the Bills, came here on Friday, and they went back last night like looking at each other like, I thought Seattle was supposed to be a difficult place to play. This was simple. No physicality, no nothing. No resistance by the Seahawks. An easy little business trip for the Bills. So that's what's disheartening about it. And in the old days, people didn't want to come to Seattle. They didn't want to get on a plane and come to Seattle. They knew they were in for a tough afternoon with both the team and the crowd, and it was just going to be very, very difficult. And the Seahawks did none of that.
And it was crazy to just hear how many Bills fans that were there. I mean, watching on TV, and I had a few friends that were there. They were like, it was insane just how many Bills fans were in that stadium.
Right. And so you ask yourself, you never want to judge a coach after 8 games. That's not fair. I mean, he may end up being a great coach someday. He may be a great coach now. He may be in the Hall of Fame someday as a coach. I don't know. But it's 8 games, and I'm asking the question, what is he getting out of this group that the previous guy wasn't getting out of this group? We all wanted the previous guy out, including myself. I raised my left hand. And, Pete Carroll was not able to get much out of this team, and I don't see real examples, real evidence that Mike Macdonald is getting a lot out of this team, especially on defense, where he's supposed to be a whiz. So it's I wish I could come on your show and be optimistic. We'll see if they can turn it around against the Rams this week. They're still, as you point out, they're still in it. They're 4-4. They're right in the middle of an NFC West race. They're losing a little bit of traction and ground in the wild card in the NFC, but they're still in the NFC West race. But it's not good.
No, you're not wrong. And the Rams are getting healthier, and then the Cardinals are playing way better than I think a lot of people expected that they were going to play. And then there's the 49ers who are the 49ers. It's just like it's going to be a rough season.
So you wonder who you should be pointing your finger at today. I mean, you can point your finger at the coach. You can point your finger at the players. We talk a lot on episode 309 this morning. We talked a lot about the general manager, John Schneider. Now, John Schneider came in here with Pete Carroll many, many years ago, and they built something very, very special. They brought a Super Bowl back to Seattle. They nearly brought 2. He did an amazing job with the Legion of Boom and building some of those rosters. So the question is, what does that earn him? Does that earn him a lifetime of being immune to criticism, and does it earn him a lifetime of the job no matter what he wants or no matter what anybody wants because he was able to be a part of such success? Or is there an expiration to that? At what point do we start saying, come on, John, we're complaining about the offensive line every single year.
Yep.
Build us an offensive line. Do we say, hey, come on, John, teams are running the ball down our throats on defense. We're complaining about the same things every year. So at what point is John Schneider, the general manager, who, by the way, Jody Allen went to this offseason and said, okay, we'll get rid of Pete. We'll give you the keys to the car. It's all your car now. You pick your coach. You pick your players. You pick anything you want. This is your organization, John Schneider. So this is his baby now. You know, Pete always had the final word on decision making. So, you know, what's John Schneider's role in all this? And at what point do we lose patience in the way he's building the team? There's just a lot of questions, and these are the types of questions that you ask when you lose 31-10 and you're not competitive on your own field to the Buffalo Bills yesterday. These are the types of questions that come up.
And based on that, then, is it fair to look at the coach when the coach is really just playing the hand that he was dealt, in the sense that he's playing the players that John Schneider put together for him? Is it really McDonald's fault then?
Well, I would ask this. Is Leonard Williams a good player?
Absolutely.
Is Byron Murphy a good player?
Yep.
Is Devin Witherspoon a good player? Is Tariq Woolen a good player? Is Julian Love a good player? Ernest Jones, the guy that they traded for last week, had 15 tackles yesterday. Is he a good player? Is Boye Mafe a good player? Is Derek Hall, when he's not fighting with his teammates, a good player?
Rough. Yeah.
I think I just listed 5 or 6, 7 guys out of 11 that we think are good players. At least they are thought universally as good players. They're going to Pro Bowls, and they're highly graded by Pro Football Focus. So I guess to answer your question is, if I gave a young defensive whiz, an 11-man defense with 5 or 6 or 7 good players, should they be better than they are right now? That's for somebody else to answer. That's not for me to answer. It seems to be the opinion that they've got 6 or 7 good players on that defense. They should be better, at least week to week, than they are right now. So is it fair to point the finger at defensive-minded Mike Macdonald? I don't know. It's only 8 games. Maybe they haven't gotten a hold or their arms around his defense just yet. I don't know, Migsy. It's not good. These are the types of conversation. This is why I want to know. Is there another song? Danny.
We're going to talk about a difference of a week, man. Last week, I was like starting to feel some optimism, and I just feel like we just took like 10 steps backwards in this game.
Well, maybe next week it'll go back to the way you felt last Monday. If they can go out there and beat a Rams team who's kind of had their number a little bit lately and is getting healthy, as you point out. They've got their 2 all-world receivers. The one thing I would say to keep an eye on, just a little eye on for your listeners, that's kind of interesting, is the trade deadline in the NFL is coming. And there is an opinion out there that the Rams might be the type of team that's ready to start rebuilding. And if they do, they might trade some of their pieces away, and it could happen this week before the Seahawks play the Rams. There's been some talk about Cooper Kupp, whether they could get something for him in terms of draft choices and start to rebuild that team. Matt Stafford is not going to be there forever, and there is at least some people watching to see what the Rams do this week. So maybe the Seahawks catch a break and the Rams start trading players away before they come here on Sunday.
So you're telling us there's a chance.
Yeah. You can give Mitch a follow on X. His handle is Mitch_Seattle. Thank you, Mitch. Hopefully next week we have a little more of an exciting chat.
Daddy, play the song, damn it.
How would you like to beat Steve Migs, Rockaholics? It would be helpful if you were listening on Friday at 5:40 during the men's room, because we gave out a cheat sheet that gives you 3 correct answers for the 750 edition of Beat Migs. Steve's got a record of 302 wins, 90 losses, and 53 ties in 2024. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 750.
The Daily Migs Show.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Feeling overwhelmed? Struggling with mental health shouldn't be the norm. At Mindful Therapy Group, we specialize in connecting you with compassionate therapists that can support you through stress, anxiety, ADHD, and so much more. With in-person and telehealth appointments available, we can get you seen in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group accepts most health insurances, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to start your mental health journey today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Felix on 405 is. Felix, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Were you listening to the men's room on Friday around 5:40 by chance?
I was not.
Oh, well, you missed the
I
cheat
know.
sheet, and hopefully that isn't the decision maker, because if you beat Migs today, I'm going to give you a tasty treat of some candy and a super tasty treat of a picture of all of us in our Hooters outfits. How does that sound?
That sounds amazing.
Doesn't it?
Scary.
Ooh. Well, Steve, it's time for you to get out of here.
Bye-bye.
I don't think our Hooters outfits were spooky. I think they were amazing.
It was a little scary.
Well, maybe the guys. For those playing at home, Felix has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
What do you call a 3-sided shape?
Triangle.
Correct. Which operating system does a Google Pixel phone use?
iOS.
No.
Android.
Correct. The first jack-o'-lanterns were made from what root vegetable?
Squash.
No.
Pumpkin.
No.
Pass.
What sitcom was Aubrey Plaza and Rob Lowe in?
Oh man, tip the tongue. Pass.
When it comes to navigating, what does GPS stand for?
Pass.
The slogan for Crackle Barrel is pleasing who?
Everyone.
No.
Pass.
Who played James Conway in the 90s movie Goodfellas?
I don't know. Pass.
Scarville, Oxford, and Gulfport are cities in what U.S. state?
Louisiana.
No. Felix, you dropped a deuce. You got 2 correct.
I did that one time.
You did, your first time you ever
did.
played. Yes, and I will say the cheat sheet would have been very, very helpful. But, you never know. Steve had a long weekend, so it could go anyway. Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
What do you call a 3-sided shape?
A triangle?
Yes. Which operating system does a Google Pixel phone use?
Safari?
No.
Operating system, Google, Android.
There we go, yes. The first jack-o'-lanterns were made from what root vegetable?
I'm going to go squash. Squash.
No.
Squash. Swatch watches. Pumpkin?
No.
Cantaloupe.
No. What sitcom was Aubrey Plaza and Rob Lowe in?
I don't know. The West Wing?
No.
That's not a sitcom. 30 Rock from the Sun?
No.
30 Rock.
No. When it comes to navigating, what does GPS stand for?
Global Positioning System.
Correct. The slogan for Crackle Barrel is pleasing who?
Old people.
No.
I don't know. Pleasing hungry people?
No.
Pleasing you.
No. Who played James Conway in the 90s movie Goodfellas?
Ray Liotta?
No.
Al Pacino?
No.
Crap. Joe Pesci.
No. Wow, Steve, you should have listened to the cheat sheet too.
I did not do good.
You got 3 correct,
Oh, my
though.
gosh.
And it is a win. 3-2.
Let's go.
Felix, so close.
Oh man, good work, bud.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if either one of us did good, but all right.
I'm the best. I'm the best.
That was a struggle.
It was.
I'm sorry. I didn't know these would be so tough. The first jack-o'-lanterns were made from what root vegetable?
Turnips.
Yes. The sitcom with Aubrey Plaza and Rob Lowe?
Parks and Recreation.
Yes.
That's right.
And Steve, you were very close with the slogan for Crackle Barrel is pleasing people.
Pleasing people.
Are you saying
Not-
Crackle Barrel?
That time she said crackle.
Okay, I'm just making sure that I'm hearing right.
I think she said Cracker Barrel when she asked me the question.
I don't think she did.
Okay, maybe my ears weren't working.
I think I'm mixing both of the words up and I'm saying crackle, but it's just pleasing people, not
Pleasing
old
people.
or hungry, just everyone. And then James Conway in the movie Goodfellas, Robert De Niro.
Oh.
And one you didn't get to, Starkville, Oxford, and Gulfport are cities in what U.S. state?
Indiana?
Mississippi.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So either way, somehow you won. Congrats.
Thank you.
Live Night returns December 13th, and we're going to be taking over Showbox Soto for the evening, where everything is performed live from the stage, from the Foley artist doing the sound effects to the voice actors. We've got Barbershop Quartet coming back, and the KISW New Originals are going to be throwing down the jams.
That's right. It's going to be a blast.
Us in the men's room, a lot of special guests, and the tickets are on sale now at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
The professor.
Wow. Today's just one of those days, man. I blame the Seahawks.
It really is.
Monday, baby.
Yeah.
The professor, Nick Harrison, is a TikTok and social media sensation. He has millions of followers thanks to some of these yacht rock versions of classic metal and rock songs.
What if Metallica was yacht rock? Apologies in advance.
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget, my son, to include everyone. Tuck you in, warm within, keep you free from the sin till the Sandman, he comes.
Well, over the weekend, the professor was in town and ended up being Migs' manager in a wrestling match.
It was ridiculous.
So how did that go?
They hated him.
We're going to find out after Pearl Jam.
And tonight,
The Daily Migs Show.
We have become such huge fans of the professor, Nick Harrison, and we're not the only ones because he has millions of followers on TikTok. He is a social media sensation, and this is mostly due to his yacht rock renditions of classic songs, you know, from the world of metal and rock.
What if Alice in Chains was yacht rock?
This is one of my favorites.
stinging sweat. Seems every path leads me to nowhere.
And his backstory is crazy. He just did these during the pandemic just to kind of put a smile on people's face, including himself. And it took off and became such a sensation that now this is his life. Like, this is his job. His wife quit her job just to focus on managing his career. And he was a school teacher. And he's like, I don't need to be a teacher anymore. He's making a great living doing these.
Well, the
Bring
professor,
joy to all the rock metal people who want to hear their favorite songs turned into yacht rock classics.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the professor, Nick Harrison, was in town this past weekend for the Seahawks-Bills game. He's a huge Bills fan.
That part we will forget about.
And he's also a huge wrestling fan. So, Migs, you had the professor and his wife drive down to Lacey to check out your wrestling this weekend at Oblivion Pro Wrestling.
Well, it all worked out because they hit up Sarah and they're like, hey, what's something fun to do while we're in Seattle? And he even hit me up. He's like, what kind of restaurant should we go to? And I mentioned the Met. They went to the Met, had the best experience eating steak there. They were blown away by the service and just the overall ambiance of the Metropolitan Grill. And then Sarah's like, well, if you're a wrestling fan and you're willing to drive, it's a little deep, but you should go over to Lacey because Steve will be wrestling there. So he came out. And it was hilarious because there were so many double takes from the wrestlers and the fans that were all there. And shout out to all the Rockaholics that were out there. And a few of the wrestler guys were like, is that the guy on TikTok? And it was kind of fun just to see how everybody was reacting to it. But I didn't have a chance to talk to him. And then he found out that I play a bad guy in the world of wrestling, a heel, as they call it. He's like, oh, I didn't realize you're a bad guy. If you're a bad guy, I'm going to wear my Bills jersey out there.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's great. But how about you first come out in a Seahawks jersey and then realize that I'm booed by people? You're like, well, if you're going to get booed, I might as well add on to this and then take the jersey off and show that you're a Bills fan and everyone will hate you. And that's exactly what happened. And then after the match, a lot of fans had a lot of love for him, taking pictures of him throughout the entire time. But afterwards, him and I talked about the experience. And here's what Nick had to say about being a bad guy in front of all the fans here in Washington.
All right, we are here. The show is over at Oblivion Pro Wrestling. I have a brand new manager who helped me, led me to victory with the professor himself, Nick Harrison. Nick, thank you.
Hey, man, it was almost like cruising on a yacht. It was very smooth, very successful, but I let you be the captain, my man. It was fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. We got to do this again sometime.
Anytime. Although, I mean, you pissed off the entire crowd. Let everybody know what happened at this show. At first, people wanted to love you. I mean, you are the TikTok icon after all.
Yeah. I came out, had on the Hawks jersey.
Geno Smith.
I came out. I was like, hey, you guys are booing him? Why are you booing him? I can't be associated with this because I have all these followers and I have a family brand. I can't be associated with you. On second thought, I hate the Seahawks. Ripped the jersey off, blew my nose into it, stomped it,
You dropped an elbow. Actually, you jumped off the air and landed on that jersey like Ric Flair.
Oh, man, elbow dropped it like Ric Flair, then kicked it out of the ring. And
people got very upset with him at that point. And I was like, I'm kind of mad at you too, but I have to play this character. But part of me is like, screw you, man. I love the Seahawks.
Everybody was hating us after that, and
Well, what were you wearing under that jersey?
I was wearing a Bills jersey. Go Bills. Of course, you already know I was wearing a Bills jersey, man. That's who I am. They saw that and immediately turned. They hate us because they ain't us, man.
That's right.
Okay.
And I was happy to see it tonight, but I hope by the time I air this on Monday, I'm reveling in the fact that the Seahawks beat the Bills.
I love you, man.
I love you too. That did not turn out at all that way.
Did not age well.
I was so excited to send him a message. I decided just to stay off of social media.
Complete foreshadowing.
Right? Oh. At the time, it seemed like a real clever thing that will come into a real life version and be like, the Seahawks crushed them. And, well, that did not happen.
Well, speaking of the Seahawks, a lot of fans are not too happy with the way we played yesterday. So we will go straight to the comments at 8:20.
The Daly Migs Show.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck, and what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
Yesterday, the Seahawks lost bad to the Buffalo Bills, 31-10.
It was impressive how bad they lost.
For once, I was very excited. My son was distracting me to the point where I could barely watch the game because I didn't miss anything wonderful.
I know. We had plans that we were going to start before the game ended, and I was like, you know what? We could go right now. We could be there on time. We don't have to watch the rest of the Seahawks game. I'll just check my phone, but I can't imagine anything good's going to happen.
No, and all the fans are upset. Many are very pissed and have taken to social media to let us know about it, so we're going to go straight to the comments.
It is always fun when they post, the team posts like the final score, and I'm like, these poor social media managers now have to deal with this. They don't get paid enough to deal with the anger of Seahawks fans. They should make the management, like the ownership group, read these tweets and texts and all that stuff. But we sent some of these to our production director, Jason, just to illustrate how worked up and out of mind people will get when it comes to sports, especially here in Seattle. And he just decided to do whatever impression that he wanted to recreate these comments. Are you ready for the first comment about the Seattle Seahawks losing yesterday?
Go Hawks.
Hey, Connor Williams, you had the Bills defense on your fantasy football team or what? Conflict of interest, huh?
What a bad day for that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, first you snapped that ball so high that Andre the Giant might not have even caught it. I was like, I know they said it was because of the wet ball, and I get it. Mistakes happen, but that was bad.
That was wild.
And then the next time they have a chance of possibly scoring 7 points, he trips Geno Smith. I'm like, oh, this guy's going to have a rough day in the locker room after the game. I mean, they're professionals. I'm sure they move past that. But as fans, I'd be like, you son of a bitch.
Let him know in the comments.
What a team effort. From offense to defense to special teams, they all collectively played like
I mean, you pretty much summed it up right there. It was bad. It was everything that could go wrong went wrong yesterday.
Bills are good. Hawks are ass. And that's my summary of the game.
Okay.
The end.
I believe that was Tom Brady, actually. That's how he ended the game, the broadcast.
Showed a lot of fight, that's for sure. I mean, it was against each other, but lots of fight.
Man, I got to say, though, Jaron Reed got me kind of fired up. I'm like, I like seeing that kind of like, dude screwed up. What the hell is wrong with you kind of mindset? Because that was a terrible hit on the quarterback. I mean, there was like almost 2 seconds after the whistle was blown. Like, are you not paying attention? Did you really think you're right? That's crazy.
I'm serious. Worst Seahawks game I've ever watched, and I've watched hundreds of games. Gah.
Good. I feel like you probably didn't watch the year that Jim Mora was coach, because I feel like every game was like the worst Seahawks game that I've ever watched. That was one of the roughest. That was a dark time.
For sure.
I mean, yesterday was definitely pretty bad, though.
Not sure what y'all are bitching about. That was a great game. Signed a Bills fan.
Shut up.
Boo that man. Boo that man. All right, one more comment about the big loss for your Seattle Seahawks.
Fire the head coach. His nerdy ass doesn't know how to run a team.
Nerdy?
I didn't realize he was a nerd. I never got nerd vibes from him.
I don't get any nerd vibes from him. I'm wondering what that commenter knows that we don't know.
I'm watching, because I'm a glutton for punishment, I'm watching the Mike McDonald press conference. You can always tell when the team does not do well. Before I even watch it, I just look at the total runtime of the press conference, and they're all like about 5 minutes, if not shorter. I think Geno Smith's press conference was 3 minutes. I was like, oh, yeah, this is not going to go well. And then a few of the other players, like a minute and a half. Like, they just had nothing to say. They're like, what more can we say? But Mike McDonald's one I was watching that one, and my wife walks by and goes, it's crazy that guy's my age, and he's the coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah. I was like, I know.
He's just a baby.
Look what you've done. Look what he's done.
I know. It's very embarrassing for me.
You're a winner, babe. I'm like, this guy. And she's like, he looks like he's a player on the team because he's in good shape.
Yeah. Well, we'll continue to...
It's just random thing. He's in good shape. He must be playing for the Seahawks. Yeah, like she just walked by. I think she initially thought, oh, that must be like a guy like, maybe,
I get it.
Maybe on the offensive line. He's not that big. But, maybe like a linebacker. And she's like, oh, look at that guy. And then she's like, oh, wait, that's the coach.
Yeah. Well, we may be bumming about the Hawks, but one Rockaholics test just came in and gave us a little bit of levity. As they said, hey, at least you aren't a Bears fan.
Oh, yeah, they had a rough game yesterday.
So why would they text that?
An insane ending.
We're going to tell you what's trending after Aerosmith.
The Daily Migs Show.
We know that for many of you, you're just getting your day moving in the right direction and you're trying to keep up on the world of pop culture, and that can be a challenge. So we're here to help you out and tell you what's trending.
Trending on the Daily Migs Show. What's trending? Let's go. Let's go.
It was an absolutely stunning finish when the Washington Commanders defeated the Chicago Bears 18-15 with a last-second Hail Mary.
I didn't watch this. You're like, you got to watch the video of this. And my jaw dropped. Like, this never happened. I mean, okay, it does happen from time to time, but almost never. This was so insane.
Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels launched a desperation throw 52 yards when they were trailing by 3 with no time left on the clock, and it was tipped near the goal line and then caught by receiver Noah Brown. They were saying, "Hail, Noah."
And the career, "Hail, Noah." And it was like he scrambled for a while, finally throws it, and it lands what you usually think, like in a mass group of people, but bounces off of everybody, then lands in one of the receiver's hands, and it was just nuts.
This is the local radio call, and it is epic.
Steps up, fires. It is.
This is exactly how I sounded when I found out that our kid-sized pizza was free yesterday at Mod Pizza. I was like, what? Here's my favorite part. They're not even talking. Now they're just clapping.
Over! Hail Mary wins! Hail Mary, hell yes!
And if you're just tuning in, that was a sports announcer just excited that the team won a sports game. That's exactly what it was. Also, the crazy part is if you go on social media, they show the guy who it bounced off of, which is a defensive back for the Bears, Tyreek Stevenson. And in the video, he's looking at the crowd, mocking them as they're all making noise, like hoping something good's about to happen. And then he gives like this kind of like brush off gesture with his hand, like ain't nothing going to happen. It was him that it bounced off of for the game to end, which was just added to how nuts this was.
That is karma right there.
It's kind of crazy. Also crazy, I don't know if you caught the Indianapolis Colts game. They lost to the Houston Texans 23-20. But the crazy part was, and I don't remember the last time that this ever happened, and if it has, this might be even the first time. Quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, Anthony Richardson, just decided, "Coach, take me out of the game." He's like, just take me out of the game. He wasn't injured. So people are like, well, what the hell happened? After the game, he told people why he pulled himself out of the game for not for the entire rest of the game, but just for a moment.
Man, tired. I ain't gonna lie. That was a lot of running right there, what I did, and I don't think I was gonna be able to go that next play. So I just just told saying I just needed a break right there.
I needed a break because I was tired. You're an athlete.
Elite athlete.
I thought that was just insane. So everyone's just like, put Joe Flacco back in. This guy does not have the makeup to be able to be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Another founding member of the Grateful Dead has passed away. Bassist Phil Lesh was 84 years old, and they have not yet released any cause of death, but social media did say that he went peacefully on Friday morning. Phil Lesh met Jerry Garcia back in 1962, and they joined up in the band The Warlocks, even though Phil had never played the bass before. So they ended up...
Also, that's a terrible name for what became the Grateful Dead. When I hear a band's called the Warlocks, I'm not expecting to hear trucking. Like you expect to hear a little bit something heavy like Black Sabbath.
Well, they did rename the band the Grateful Dead in 1965, and the rest is history. R.I.P. Phil.
Tonight, you got the World Series game number 3 as the New York Yankees are going to try and bounce back from being down 2-0 against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Game 1 was just bonkers.
Oh, my
What
gosh.
an insane ending to that game. Talk about walk-off touchdowns. They had that walk-off grand slam home run by Freddie Freeman that helped the Dodgers win Game 1. If you missed it, the play-by-play is just fantastic, but you got to see the visual of the entire Dodgers stadium. It looked like the entire crowd was just bouncing up and down, and here's how it sounded.
Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone! Gibby, meet Freddie. Game 1 of the World Series.
I love LA. But the best part, what you got to love, is this Freddie guy, Freddie Freeman. They interview him after the game, and man, he just gives such a great shout out to his dad, who was in attendance when this happened.
You ran over to your dad after hitting that home run. What did you say to him?
I was just screaming in his face. Sorry, Dad. He's been there since I was a little boy, throwing batting practice to me every day. So this isn't my moment. That's my dad's moment.
Yeah, I would totally break down in tears if I was his dad.
Oh, it was
what a
amazing.
moment. Yeah, I want to know what he screamed. I got to imagine maybe it wasn't FCC friendly.
Absolutely. How would you like to beat Steve, Rockaholics? He's got a record of 303 wins, 90 losses, and 53 ties in 2024. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 8:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
Feeling overwhelmed? Struggling with mental health shouldn't be the norm. At Mindful Therapy Group, we specialize in connecting you with compassionate therapists that can support you through stress, anxiety, ADHD, and so much more. With in-person and telehealth appointments available, we can get you seen in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group accepts most health insurances, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to start your mental health journey today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday electronic gifts, like monitors, tablets, and video games. You'll have money left over for that drum set for your little drummer. And some noise-canceling headphones. Or an outdoor speaker system so the entire neighborhood can hear your holiday tunes. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Randy from Bremerton is. Randy, are you there?
I'm here.
In honor of Halloween week, Randy, if you beat Migs, I'm going to give you some tasty candy and a
whole bowl of it.
A gorgeous picture of us four in Hooters outfits. How does that sound?
That's awesome. And to be honest, I was wearing Michael Myers for our Halloween party that I just went to.
Oh, awesome.
I love that.
Perfect sound effect. Perfect sound effect.
Getting you in the mood again.
All right, Steve, it's time for you to get out of here.
All right, bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Randy has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What day of the year is known by fans as Star Wars Day?
May 4th.
Correct. The Rolling Stones had the 60s hit song Sympathy for the what?
Sympathy for the Weak?
No.
Wicked?
No.
I have no idea. Pass.
What number does LeBron James currently wear?
I don't know. Pass.
Who was the villain in the Halloween movies?
Michael Myers.
Correct. What is the official state fruit of New York?
The apple.
Yes. Gordon Sumner is the real name of what famous British musician?
British musician. I don't know. Pass.
What premium cable network made Game of Thrones?
HBO.
Correct. Rihanna's hit song Umbrella was originally written for what pop star?
Pop star. I don't know. Pass.
What is the square root of 81?
9.
Yes. How many Pirates of the Caribbean films have been released?
4, 5, 6.
5, yes. Randy, you got 6 correct.
About average.
It's a little above average, right?
Yeah. I've never scored 6 before.
Okay.
You've scored 2
and 4.
And 4.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time you play, it'll be 6.
Yes.
I'm playing this again because Steve's going to come in and be the killer.
Oh.
Wow.
That's like so spooky. Okay, Steve, are you ready? What day of the year is known by fans as Star Wars Day?
Oh, crap. May 4th.
Yes.
May the 4th be with you.
The Rolling Stones had the 60s song Sympathy for the what?
Devil.
Correct. What number does LeBron James currently wear?
Is he number 23?
He is.
Okay, I know he had two different numbers.
Wow. Who is the villain in the Halloween movies?
Oh, Michael Myers.
Yes. What is the official state fruit of New York?
State fruit is an apple.
It is.
The Big Apple.
Gordon Sumner is the real name of what famous British musician?
Sting.
You know it. What premium cable network made Game of Thrones?
HBO.
Yes. Rihanna's hit song Umbrella was originally written for what pop star?
Britney Spears.
Yeah, how do you know that? Yes. What is the square root of 81?
9.
Yes. How many Pirates of the Caribbean films have been released?
6.
No.
9.
Nice, but no.
4.
Oh,
is it
no,
5?
It was 5.
Punched myself in the face for that.
Whoa. You almost got a perfect 10, but you got 9 correct, which is still a win, 9-6. So 6-9.
Nice.
Sorry, Randy.
That's also the rising cost of, eating out is no longer 69, it's 96.
Ain't that the truth? Same with groceries nowadays.
Oh, boy. I mean, that's not a dad joke. That's like a dad after dark joke. That was awesome.
Oh, man. It is 5. Man, I really thought you were going to get that perfect 10.
I can't believe I jumped over the number. I let my stupid brain get in the way of my smarts.
I mean, you were smart. I can't even give you a hard time. You won. Congrats.
I'm very excited, Rockaholics, for Live Day, which is actually live night now.
Yes.
And it's coming back December 13th at Showbox Soto, and everything is performed live from the stage. We bring in the Foley artist to do the sound effects.
Which is always fun to watch. Like, if you just focus in on the Foley artist, because he's got like random things from like cowbells to like little like old school like 4th of July noisemakers, and then like an orange to make squishy sounds. Like he's got a little bit of everything right in front of him just to try and turn things into like audio theater.
It is a true art form.
It is fun.
We also have the Barbershop Quartet coming back. The KISW New Originals are going to be playing all your favorite jams, and we're going to have lots of special guests as well. So don't miss out. Get your tickets now at KISW.com. Things got weird yesterday during the Hawks game, and this was actually at the end of the Hawks game, and it's all because of Tom Brady.
Super weird. Because he's talking about how much he loves the Bills fans, and then shares a heartwarming story about the times where he would show up to Bills games where they were basically threatening to kill him.
Yeah. You'll hear what happened after Papa Roach.
The Daily Migs Show.
Yesterday, it was not a pretty Hawks game at all. We lost to the Bills, and it was nasty.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was on the call.
The weather was nasty, too.
It sure was.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady was on the call for the game, and things got weird at the end when Tom Brady was talking about Bills fans.
Explosive offense and fun to cover, and I know we've had a lot of blowouts this year. We dealt with the Lions in Dallas where they did the same thing. Hopefully we can get a very competitive game against two very talented teams in the NFC North.
Josh Allen riling up the Bills fans who are here.
Gotta love Bills Mafia. And listen, I didn't always love them because when I would drive into the stadium, there were Tom Brady dolls hanging from a noose coming off the side of the car. But I tell you what I did love playing about Buffalo. Jim Kelly would always see me when I would go to Buffalo. And at the end of the game, he'd bring me a bottle of booze. And it was great for the flight home. And I loved seeing him. And I mean, just again, so impressed by Buffalo, what they continue to do.
What a weird analysis right there. I guess there's not much to talk about with the game. Like, here's a fun story about how people used to have dolls of me hanging from things, basically like we want to murder you.
Yeah, so hilarious.
Although I do love the Jim Kelly story.
Yes, totally.
Here's some booze. Enjoy it on the flight home.
Then after the game, Josh Allen talked about being in Seattle.
Shout out Bills Mafia, man. I mean, this is unbelievable. We got 1,000 plus fans here. This is crazy. They're the best.
It sounded like there was like 5,000. It was, or even more than that, like maybe even 10,000. It was kind of nuts how loud it was during the game.
Yeah, they must travel very well.
All right, so you lead me to this one then. First trip to Seattle. I mean, we had a little bit of the rain. We had some wind. You got Bills Mafia here. What'd you think of it here?
I love it. I had some sushi yesterday. Don't get that too often in Buffalo, so.
I wanted nothing more for him to say where he got sushi from.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that would have been great, right?
I would love to know.
Like, I went to QFC. They sell sushi there.
Oh.
They have sushi chefs just waiting for you. It's nuts.
I enjoyed it.
And how about your rookie behind you? Wow.
That freaking guy.
Good to see you, Josh Allen. Thanks.
The Bills Mafia. And Aaron with the power pony right there. All right, let's check in on some other...
Have you ever heard that term before?
No.
Do you know what they're talking about?
No.
Her ponytail.
Power pony.
I never heard that phrase before. I hope I never hear it again.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I hope it's not a thing again.
She looked like she had like sausage links, though. It looked like more like a sausage link pony. Like it was like multiple little, like, you know how like...
Oh, yeah.
Sausage links. I don't know how else to describe it.
Geno Smith also brought up the Bills Mafia.
But hats off to Buffalo. They came in, they beat us at home. Their fans traveled well. You know, it was real loud in there. Kind of felt like we were on the road at times. So they came out, they fought, they beat us.
There are a lot of fans on social media that were mad at him, thinking like he was blaming the Bills fan, like the Seahawks fans not showing up and letting Bill. Like people just read way too into that. I think he was just pointing out that they were very loud.
Yeah, they were absolutely very loud.
We experienced that last week in Atlanta when the Seahawks fans, they travel really well as well. Mm-hmm. And I remember talking with Nick Harrison, the professor, the guy, the Yacht Rock guy, and he flew in for this game. And we were talking about that. He's like, yeah, you know, it was kind of a destination for a lot of us Bills fans because they almost never play the Seahawks. Oh, yeah. So it was a good reason to go to Seattle and check out Seattle because we hear good things about it. And no different than Seahawks fans, they have like a whole community where they plan these trips together. And he said that once, like, there's even like a documentary being made about it, like where there's like a few older Bills fans going around hoping that they'll get to watch their team win a championship before they die.
Oh, gosh.
And I was like, damn, that's pretty heavy. Hopefully at some point you have a happy ending to that story.
Totally. Rockaholics, we know that you're a massive music fan, but do you think you could name a song after only hearing 1 second of the chorus? Prove that to us, and you will win tickets to see comedian Tom Segura at EQC Event Center on April 25th. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday electronic gifts like monitors, tablets, and video games. You'll have money left over for that drum set for your little drummer. And some noise-canceling headphones. Or an outdoor speaker system so the entire neighborhood can hear your holiday tunes. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
All morning we have received texts and calls from you that we've not yet had a chance to chat with you about. But right now, we are checking in with the Rockaholics, brought to you by Pendergast Law. So call us up if there's something you'd like to chime in on from the show today, or if you've got anything on your mind that you'd like to discuss. Now, I want to rewind to last week where we were learning about real estate and whether or not you need to be informed as a buyer if there's ever been a death in the home.
Right. And we ended up talking to some Rockaholics and whether or not they'd be okay with living in a house if they found out that somebody was murdered in it or if someone just died in it. And it was interesting to hear everyone's different response to it. I think at the end of the day, a lot of people were just like, if I can get a good discount on the home, I don't care what happened in it.
So Manu is in Port Orchard and wants to weigh in on this topic.
Hey there. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for calling. You got to give us the scoop on this.
All right. So we decided to buy a house and be homeowners, and we looked around for quite some time, found a house, and it was advertised by the real estate agent that it was just a home for us, and it has just gone down on price. And it's been on the market for quite some time. And here, go and look at it. It might be perfect for you. So we looked at it. It is a little weird, but we went for it because there is a big boat hull that the previous owner had been working on, and nobody wanted to go and haul it off of the property. So we said, we don't care about a boat haul. So we go and buy it.
Okay.
So the day that we were going to go and close on it, we go to the office, we sit down, and we're sitting there like little children at the, at the school to go and be, what do you say? When you're being corrected, I'm losing my thing here because I'm German and sometimes words don't come. Either way, we're sitting there waiting in front of the office, and a different agent comes strolling by and says, hey, I heard that you're buying this house and you're signing on it today. And we're like, yeah. And I'm thinking, geez, I mean, these people, the whole office is cheering for us. Cool. The next thing he says is, well, I guess you do know that the previous owner killed himself there.
Oh, whoa.
And he kind of goes, seeing our faces, goes, but not in the house, not in the house. It was on the property, but not in the house. But I guess you don't care, or something along those lines. And we just looked at each other and went like, I guess we don't care.
Now, if you knew ahead of time, would you have cared?
No, I don't think so. But it was good to know that was the case.
Right.
I'm not particularly spiritual or anything, but that is kind of, a little bit weird.
Random question then, so is that the house that you're living in now?
It is the house that we're living in now.
Has there been any kind of weird instances? You hear these stories.
Well, one thing that was the case was apparently this guy had made this house for his grandchildren to visit a lot. The rooms are kind of put together weird. And apparently they didn't come over to visit very much from what I'm hearing from the neighbors. So, that all kind of made sense then. And when we moved in, there was a straw hat hanging in the attic. And I figured that was probably his. He had actually built the house. And so I was respectful to go and leave the straw hat there and told the straw hat that he's good to stick around as long as we're friendly.
You never put the hat on, though?
Oh, God, no.
I love that. You're like, I'm not too spiritually, but you still don't want to take the chance. You're like, let's not rock the boat, just in case. I get it.
Exactly. And then there would be, every so often, and without knowing the story, I probably would think twice about it because it was a little old man that lived here. But every so often there's a little old man smell in different places, which is kind of weird. And then also whenever something is missing, and everybody that knows me knows that I lose everything all the time. When I would look for my keys, I would get frustrated. I would go, little old man, this is not funny. I got to go to work.
See, there's part of me, if I was your husband, I would want to troll you, and then if I find your keys, I'd put them under the straw hat.
Oh, my God.
Yes, no, that's not funny. But yes.
Well, thanks, Manu. Appreciate the story this morning.
All right. Take care.
You too.
There is a woman who...
Yeah, that sounds like the premise to a movie.
Sure.
Don't mess with the straw hat. Whatever you do, don't touch the straw hat.
Leave it there. There is a woman who is suing a company because their ice cream was too cold. You're going to hear why at 9:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
A passenger is taking JetBlue to court, alleging that her frozen solid ice cream sandwich ended up fracturing a tooth.
How aggressive did she eat this thing?
Here is a news report on this.
A story going around today claims a woman is suing JetBlue because she says her ice cream sandwich was dangerously cold.
Also, I didn't even realize that they gave you options for ice cream on a plane.
I've never been given an option for an ice cream.
I think JetBlue needs to promote that, because I would go on a plane that had ice cream. That sounds amazing.
And it's true. In the suit, Carla Quinones says the airline served her a Nightingale strawberry shortcake ice cream sandwich that was frozen solid and caused her to fracture a tooth. She's claiming negligence and demanding a monetary judgment plus legal costs. So far, JetBlue has not commented on the lawsuit.
I just came through and they said, this is stupid. We're not McDonald's. Don't sue us.
I'm like, were other people also eating ice cream? Did anybody else fracture a tooth?
I mean, I've bitten into some ice cream bars where you're like, oh, man, okay, I got to let this wait a couple of seconds before I keep biting into it. But you would think at some point you're like, okay, I need to stop trying.
I had a friend that busted their tooth on an edible one time.
Oh. On an edible?
On an edible. Like a front tooth. Yeah.
Okay. At least you're stoned, so it doesn't hurt as bad.
Oh my God.
My mom lost a tooth last week because she tried to bite into a caramel and it just ripped her tooth out.
No.
Yeah, she's not trying to sue anyone though. I just got a text. The best part, she tried to hide it from me, and I got a text from my daughter, and she's like, "Dad, Grammy lost a tooth because she tried to eat candy."
God, that's so rough. And she's getting goofed on by her granddaughter.
Oh yeah. She sent me a picture and everything.
Well, I was thinking about even like the McDonald's. Do you remember the McDonald's lawsuit about the coffee?
That it's too hot.
That thing was like forever ago. It was like in the 90s.
Yep.
And I forgot exactly what happened. And I didn't realize they eventually did say, yes, McDonald's was at fault because it was too hot. But they felt that they were only 80% at fault. And then the woman was 20% at fault for even continuing to drink it. So when they figured out whatever it was, they settled out of court or whatever the lawsuit was, whatever the dollar amount, they knocked 20% off of it because they felt that she was 20% at fault. And I was like, that's kind of funny.
Well, now everything you get that's ever warm will tell you that it's warm. That was like set the precedent.
So now they're going to do that with ice cream? Hey, just fair warning, what you're about to eat is frozen.
Could be very, very frozen.
Stupid.
Have you ever busted a tooth on anything? No?
Yeah, one of my coworkers, baklava.
What?
Not here when I worked at the end. She brought it in. She's like, hey, everyone, try. My mom made this baklava. And I was like, I don't know what the hell this is, but I'm going to try it. So I bit into it, and there was like a nut in there that was like, did not break. So when I bit down, it just broke my root canal. I already had a root canal in that tooth, and it broke the tooth.
Oh.
I had to go get like dental surgery for that. I was so mad.
Did you sue her?
I did.
Oh, that's why
That's why she doesn't work in radio anymore.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that's how you have the nice house. I get it.
Did they put like a fake tooth in, or what do you do? What do you do when your tooth gets cracked like that?
I got no tooth back there.
You just have a big gap.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
No way.
Oh yeah.
Ah, that's thanks.
Do you chew on that side very often, or not so much?
Yeah, sometimes things like a nut will get stuck in my... What are we doing? Knock it off.
Why, oh why, is there a beauty contest for bats happening? We're going to let you know during the Daily Migs download after Smashing Pumpkins.
The Daily Migs Show. Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes, and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
A.K.A. the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And Ryan Castle is here with us. You look like you might be going to Lumen Field later.
That is the plan.
Big game tonight.
It's a big game tonight. Match, if you will.
Okay, fine. At the
Go
pitch.
Sounders.
Yeah, at the pitch.
Yes, I got that part right.
Yeah,
Hopefully they have more than nil goals tonight.
First game of the playoffs. No, you can't. Somebody's got to win tonight. It's playoffs, man.
Ooh.
Playoffs. Talk about the playoffs. The playoffs.
Playoffs.
Houston. Dynamo?
Houston.
All right, Lumen Field's going to be rocking, and the DMD is brought to you by Palace Law. And the Buffalo Bills, unfortunately, were rocking yesterday. Seattle Seahawks, not so much. They lost 31-10, and even though we're joking about it, it's true. 31-10 makes it seem like the game was somewhat close compared to what they did. It was just like any chance that the team could shoot themselves in the foot, they absolutely did, from offense to defense to everything.
Yeah,
it was bad, and here's how Coach Mike McDonald talked about how bad it was.
The long and short of it is we got outplayed, we got outcoached, and we got to go make it right. So, I mean, I feel like it's too often that we've had this conversation with you guys of going back to work on Tuesday and hitting this thing head on and seeing if we can get this thing turned around and against a good Rams team coming in here.
That's the thing. The Rams are getting healthier right now. And, I mean, you just look at the NFC West, and everyone's kind of like together, record-wise, but it feels like one of these teams is going in the wrong direction. The other three are not.
Yeah. It's a momentum thing, Steve.
Yeah, it's not so good. But, hey, let's hope that things turn around this weekend and we come in on Monday acting like the Seahawks are world beaters. Probably not.
The Bureau of Land Management is having their annual Bat Beauty Contest.
Bat?
And it promotes bat conservation and also public awareness about our bats.
Human form.
Emma Busk works for the Bureau of Land Management and discusses what this Bat Beauty Contest is all about.
Each year, the National BLM office holds this contest, the Bat Beauty Contest, where they basically set out to find the most beautiful bat photographed by a government agency on public land. This also coincides with International Bat Week. So it's just a time to basically raise awareness and appreciation for bats and their vital role that they play in the ecosystem.
I had a bat in my bed one time years ago, and it was not sexy. Even though it was in my bed, it would have ended very differently if it was.
How did you get it out of your bed?
I called somebody.
I like open the windows and be like trying to reason with the bat.
It's a very long story. We don't have time for it here, but yes, somebody had to come get the bat.
Ryan, one of the bats that is in the competition is a hoary bat from Oregon.
Oh, that was probably
Was that the one that was
probably the bat that was in my bed. It was very hoary. That's why it was in my bed.
Any bat that's willing to get into Ryan Castle's bed has got to be a hoary bat. First, I was thinking, is this like a Batman beauty contest? Like, who's the most attractive Batman?
Oh.
If you had to pick one Batman.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton,
Yeah,
of course.
probably. I guess. I don't know. I'm not very sexually attracted to Batman.
George Clooney's Batman had nipples. So
That is so right and so weird.
I lean towards bat nipples, personally, yes. This is the strangest story. A Milwaukee man just got accused of getting violent while attending a wedding, and he bit the tip off of somebody's finger while they were trying to restrain him. Best wedding ever or worst wedding ever. It depends on who's there.
Having lived in that part of the world, that's totally on brand.
Well, here's the 911 call, which is just as crazy as you think it would be.
Pennsylvania Street, we've got a report of one person trying to fight off other people. It's a report that someone bit a finger off.
It's like, I don't know what to tell you. Well, anyways, they believe that the guy whose finger was bitten off, it's going to be okay because they were able to stitch it back on.
So it's not like you got to bring it in a glass of milk or in some ice or something like that?
Yeah, imagine you have to grab it and keep it on some kind of ice.
Glass of milk, that's a thing.
Or maybe that's teeth. Maybe you put the teeth in milk. I can't remember.
I don't. If this is common knowledge, I have never heard of that.
I think maybe if you lose a tooth, you're supposed to put it in milk and see if they...
you this?
If you lose a tooth, they're not going to put it back in.
Or something about... I don't know. Maybe I'm
Well,
just
it's
making
probably
up weird
because when you
stuff.
lost your tooth, you didn't put it in milk.
That's probably what it was.
Like, ma'am, I'm so glad you put that tooth in milk because now we can reattach it with no
Maybe
problem.
it's just fingers
Let me
in
just
ice.
drink that real quick and get it out of the bottom of the glass.
Oh!
Once again, the Sounders are playing tonight at Lumen Field, Game 1 against Houston. As far as weather, 54 degrees and cloudy. The DMD is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above, and milk. That's the DMD, and that's what's up.
Ryan Castle ready to root for the Sounders tonight is up next with your morning 12 pack.
The Daily Migs Show.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday electronic gifts like monitors, tablets, and video games. You'll have money left over for that drum set for your little drummer. And some noise-canceling headphones. Or an outdoor speaker system so the entire neighborhood can hear your holiday tunes. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Getting help for mental health shouldn't be as hard as it is. Thankfully, Mindful Therapy Group is here to make your mental health journey as painless as possible. Be seen in as little as 48 hours for in-person or telehealth appointments. Mindful partners with thousands of licensed clinicians to find the perfect fit for you. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance, so you can focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.